Dobrodošli u naš specijalni program. Sa nama je Luka Volton, trener Sacramento Kingsa, sin slavnog košarkaša, čovjeka koji je 2 puta bio šampion. Sam je bio deo stručnog štaba koji je započeo dinastiju Golden State-a. Veoma uključen u projekat koji je od Golden State-a napravio to što je postao na kraju. Posle toga u Lakersima, jedan projekat koji ne njegovom krivicom nije mogao da se realizuje, neki haos koji je bio nevezan za njega, i sada jedan dugoročni projekat sa Sacramento Kingsima kao trener koji bi trebao da ovaj mladi tim podigne na viši nivo, ne samo do play-offa, nego i do mnogo daljih ciljeva. Luke, welcome to our show.
Thanks. Glad to be on.
Yeah. We want to present people that are not so detailedly presented to a Serbian audience, and your career is very interesting. You are part of Lakers as a player. You are at the beginning of your career when Vlade was at the end.
Yeah.
So let's begin with this. How this obvious bond between two of you created what he was some kind of mentor or what during his
my second year in the NBA, Vlade signed back with the Lakers
for last season.
For his last season, yeah, the team that he started with, he wanted to kind of finish with. So it was poetic in a way. I was a young player, and I grew up around the NBA, so I had followed Vlade's career, what an incredible player he was, and whatnot. And as a young player, I would always, my rookie year, the year before that, we had Karl Malone, Gary Payton, Shaq, Kobe, Derek Fisher, Horace Grant. Like, we had all sorts of NBA legends and vets towards the end of their career as well. And I saw the value in really getting to know them and learn from them. And then most of them had all left going into that next year. And Vlade came in, and just to try to get to know him and learn from his experiences and hear about some of his story was something as a young player I wanted to do. And he was an unbelievable leader. I'm sure a lot of people watching this would know about him already. I mean, he is a leader. He's a winner. He's smart. He's got a great sense of humor. So for a young player, it was a lot of fun for me to play on his team.
Yeah. Your coaching career is similar to Harrison Barnes' playing career, beginning with the ring, beginning with the building a dynasty, essentially. And for start, how important is this background for your coaching career to start with the pinnacle?
Yeah, I mean, it's a unique start to coaching career. Normally you start at the bottom and you keep failing, and eventually you kind of figure it out. We started, Steve Kerr and that coaching staff in Golden State got on top pretty quickly. Right, so there's now the rest of the coaching career is spent trying to get back to where we started. And it's been a great journey. I've learned a lot in the years that I've done it, and now here in Sacramento, we love the team we have. We love what we're trying to do, and we're ultimately trying to build a championship team.
So that's a thing here. Very important part. I'm separating the team. You have a bread and butter, and you have a gravy. And bread and butter is Richaun Holmes and Harrison Barnes. You can rely in every game. You don't have these ups and downs. You have these two boring people who can be counted in every single, the worst game you play, you can count on them. And you have other young core, essentially, you need to develop. You need to produce to the level that they also become consistent. And how is this challenging for you as a coach?
Well, it's what you said. It's what the job is. We know what we need to do, and now it's about doing it. And it's really helpful to have players that are veterans that know what it takes. to just do it every single day.
Boring.
Well, you call it boring. I think it's exciting.
Yeah,
I love it. I want all of our players to be
boring like that.
To be exciting like that, where they show up every day and do what they do. And it's Corey Joseph, Trevor Resource, they're similar to that too. They don't play as many minutes as Harrison and Rashawn, but it's a nice mix. And where we have to do is continue to develop the young players and get them to really embrace that type of mentality. And as we do that, our team will have more success.
Last year, Sacramento gained, I think, unpleasant nickname, Cardiac Kings.
Yeah.
And I see on these press conferences my colleagues asking you, how long do you think you will survive this cardiac team with ups and downs, this perception that this is a team that can win anyone and can lose from anyone? How challenging is this for you to make this team less cardiac, less stressful? For example, I'm looking extensively the last 2 seasons. I think I never experienced a game when you can put your starters on the bench in the fourth quarter because you've done your job. They have this fast-paced game. They were spilling 24, 25 points. How to tame this to become a less stressful team to watch?
Well, it's the tricky part is you want to find the good, the positive from what allows them to build that 25-point lead. So it's kind of mixing. Okay, we want to play free, we want to play fast because we have players that are really good at that. But we have to also understand that we have to be smart. We have to run when it's appropriate to run, and we have to execute when it's time to execute. Defensively, we have to get back. We can gamble and go for some steals because players like Fox are really good at that. But we also have to know when it's time to be disciplined and just follow the plan. So it's a constant, it's a constant balancing act between the two.
Yeah. This is very important because we have fast-paced last year and several very devastating numbers. You had Bogdan against you when you were coaching Lakers, 1, and you have Buddy Hield against Detroit. 82 games, just 2 clutch wins. Everything else spilled. If you have this, you have more clutch wins than for the whole season last year. This is, I think, Champions mentality. I'm looking for.
Yeah, and that's what we want to. Yeah. And it's what, we've had a lot of really close games this year, and we want to win all of them. But what we take from
decent amount of close games are win.
Yeah, but we want that experience and that comfort level, and that where we can relax and embrace those moments where there's 2 minutes left and it's a 1-point game. And so, win or lose, we gain experience, we get better, we want to win, but yeah, I agree. The championship mentality is that we can close out close games, sometimes by scoring, and
sometimes by defending.
More importantly, I think sometimes by getting
sweetest
stops.
thing about this Rashawn Holmes is this defense. Look, it's he can guard. In one game, I can't remember, he guarded the smallest guy in the field.
Well, at the end of the Utah game, he switched on to Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, it was
contested his shot great at the very end.
For a win. So it's a beautiful thing to see. Sacramento is improved, mainly his closing games better and better percent of clutch finishes. It was devastating to watch 20 plus close games with the 2 clutch wins. And now you have it. This yesterday is a finish also tight and you won. So that's a thing that I think could be good. And I'm speaking with Vlada and I want to share this with you. unnatural is a goal to go to the playoffs?
How what?
Unnatural, because I don't think there's too much pleasure to go in the first round and be obliterated. I think if you are good enough to go into the playoff with a team that already shown that can beat anyone in this league, very competitive against anyone. Why would be playoff as a goal?
Well, it is. I mean, as a competitor, your goal is you want to win. You want to win. So what we did, we set our goal. We want to make the playoffs. That's our goal up here. But what we focus on every day are the little goals, the defensive goals, the offense, all the things we've already talked about, the execution, the screening, the spacing. Those are the goals that we are focused on every day, and we know that by the end, by you focusing on these goals, eventually, whenever we're ready and we're ready to make that jump, that's when we'll reach our bigger goal.
And maybe when you reach into the playoffs and you show through whole season you can play equally with Denver, play equally with Lakers. Who played equally with Lakers? Lakers won by referee's mistake, essentially. Missed goal for LeBron. LeBron had the offensive foul. Instead, they put him on the stripe and whatever. So you play with the best teams in NBA equally. I think if you manage to go, you are one win below the team now. That is, San Antonio has 14 wins, you have 13. Why put this out of question? My late son, Isaiah, he was last year here, and I look this little guy, also came here, lots of memories, and he need to give some slogan for the team. And you know what slogan was?
What's the slogan?
Kings for the title.
Kings for title? Yeah, I mean that we talk about big goal and small goals.
But you don't know when you come. Look Denver.
That's
After
our biggest
so
goal.
much years without playoff, they were one ball out close to the final of the West, for example. So you never know if you have bad streak, how good streak can go. And my son perceived this as Kings for the playoff. Is not so
doesn't
good.
sound the same, right?
Kings for the title.
All right, Kings for the title. I like it. I like it.
That's a pleasure, and I'm glad that you're here. You survived through the worst injury crisis I've seen in Sacramento. Last year they didn't have any serious damage. But this is, I think, the best quality you provided as a coach. In my opinion, you survived this double blow, essentially, with the injuries. How you see this challenge for you? It's unusually a high toll for the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it's hard. Any pro sport is hard when you lose. You get hit by the injury bug. So, as a coach, I'm always trying to look at how to take the best out of every situation. So we don't want any of our guys to get hurt. We want to stay healthy. But guys do get hurt. And unfortunately for us, a lot of guys get hurt. A lot of games. So what can we take out of it? We take, okay, this is a chance for us to become mentally tough. We have to come together as a group, find out a way. Other players need to step up. So there's a lot of different positives that we can take from guys being out. And other players grow, they get more opportunity, and we were able to figure it out, win some games, and now, to me, in my opinion, going through that, as a group, we should be mentally stronger teams.
Luke, thank you, and let's be in the spirit of this conclusion of Star Wars saga. You look like a good choice for a Luke Skywalker or something like that. You have just the name and the looks, but may the force be with you, and may the luck with the injuries, luck with this sport, where is luck is a huge part of a success. I want to wish you to be as lucky and as skillful as you've been in Golden State, and to build another dynasty.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Kings for title.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Thank you.